Kids. They grow up so fast. One day they're taking their first steps, and the next, they don't fit into the tiny sneakers they took them in. You blink your eyes and their princess dress is 2 sizes too small, and their dinosaur backpack isn't cool anymore. But don't cry because they're growing up. Smile, because you can profit off of it. For real, there are a bunch of parents on Depop looking for the stuff your kid just grew out of. Download Depop to start selling.
So good, so good, so good.
Give big, save big with Rack Friday deals at Nordstrom Rack. For a limited time, take an extra 40% off red tag clearance for everyone on your list. All sales final and restrictions apply. So bring your gift list and your wish list to your nearest Nordstrom Rack today.
This is Optimal Health Daily. Do you need a financial advisor? By Darrow Kirkpatrick of caniretireyet.com. And I'm Dr. Neil. Hey there, and welcome back to our weekly bonus episode. This is where I share an episode from another podcast in our network, an article that can also improve your life in some way. And today's comes from Optimal Finance Daily. You can find that show wherever you're listening to this. So with that, here's Diana reading for you and her commentary as we optimize your life.
Do you need a financial advisor? By Darrow Kirkpatrick of caniretireyet.com. You've thought through your retirement expenses and income. You've been introduced to the basic math principles underlying retirement analysis. Where do you go from there? Can you proceed on your own, or do you need help? I'm a strong believer in do-it-yourself retirement. I think most people have the ability if they can invest the time, but I don't discount the value of professional advice in all situations. Given all the variables in the retirement equation and your personal situation, you might be inclined to seek expert advice. And if you are truly bad with numbers or financial discipline or have a very complex financial situation, an expert might be advisable. But understand that many financial advisors are more experts in how to sell financial products and conform to the thicket of government regulations for their work than they are technical experts on retirement finance. And their focus is necessarily on their own livelihood. I've met advisors who had never run the retirement calculator on their own company's site, and others who tell clients to focus on their feelings and let the numbers take care of themselves. I've seen serious mistakes made in retirement calculations, from ignoring Social Security to forgetting to index it for inflation, to using excessive tax rates. And if an advisor makes an error in judgment, you can bet it will be on the conservative side. Maybe that sounds good, but it means you'll be working longer before you retire, and the advisor will be getting more of your assets to manage and charge fees against for longer. Several advisors have told me that compliance runs the show. The legal department is in charge. As an advisor, it's far easier to get sued for losing client assets than it is for excessively holding on to them, whether or not that serves the client. Many forms of financial planning or investment management boil down to attempts to predict the future. Smart people and resourceful organizations develop clever models that help them market themselves as having an edge over the competition. But guess what? They don't know the future any better than you do. You pay a lot for certainty, a confident opinion, but that doesn't mean it's right. After many years of reading every investment book I could get my hands on, talking to numerous players inside and outside of financial services, making my own mistakes in the real world, and enduring several major market meltdowns, I've learned to simply accept the uncertainty. Nobody can predict the future or outperform the market over the long haul. Aside from predicting the future, I think it's extremely difficult to find an unbiased opinion on whether or not you can retire. Even the best financial professional will have a conflict of interest in trying to answer this question accurately. If they're commission-based, they have products they must sell to make a living. They might benefit if you retire sooner and buy an annuity. If they are fee-based, then they profit when your assets under management grow. They might benefit if you work longer, accumulating more assets to be managed. And always, the risk to them is lower if you don't leave your secure job based on their advice. Still, there are certain money or tax management topics that can benefit from expert advice. The timing of Social Security, integrating annuities with other assets, sequencing and taxation of retirement withdrawals, but know that there are authoritative websites and powerful software tools available for the do-it-yourselfer in all those areas. If I or a family member absolutely required professional financial advice, I'd start with the advisors at my most trusted consumer-oriented companies, Vanguard or USAA. If I needed to find a local advisor, I'd use the directories at the NAPFA or Garrett Planning Network sites. And once I'd found an individual, I'd have 4 questions for them before turning over my money. Number 1, are you bound to a fiduciary standard? Number 2, are there restrictions on the investment and insurance products you can recommend to me? Number 3, how are you paid and at what rates? Number 4, will you put all of this in writing? You don't need an advisor to predict the future. Financial plans quickly become outdated and are ignored or thrown away. Sophisticated and complex attempts to forecast the future are no better than simple rules of thumb, and possibly worse for obscuring the view. But sound financial behavior and habits, along with up-to-date information, are essential. A good advisor could help coach or inform you in certain situations. Financial planning should be more about equipping yourself with the analysis tools and mindset for a safe and enjoyable journey than about trying to predict and control your exact route and arrival time. You just listened to the post titled, "Do You Need a Financial Advisor?" by Darrow Kirkpatrick of CanIRetireYet.com.
Marshall's buyers are hustling hard to get amazing new gifts into stores, right up to the last minute. Like a designer perfume for that friend who never RSVP'd, wish list topping toys for her kids who came too, Belgian chocolates for the neighbor, a cozy scarf for your boss, and a wool jacket for your husband that you definitely did not almost forget. Marshalls, we get the deals, you get the good stuff, even at the last minute. Whew. Find a Marshalls near you.
Right now, there's a talented person out there who could take your company to the next level. Do you want to hope they see your job post before your competitors? Or do you want to match with them with Indeed sponsored jobs? Sponsored jobs boost your post for quality candidates so you can reach the exact people you want faster. I love that Indeed speeds up hiring. When I've hired in the past, the process was overwhelming. I wish I'd used Indeed. Spend more time interviewing candidates who check all your boxes. Less stress, less time, more results now with Indeed sponsored jobs. And listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to help get your job the premium status it deserves at Indeed.com/health. Just go to Indeed.com/health right now and support our show by saying you heard about Indeed on this podcast. Indeed.com/health. Terms and conditions apply. Hiring? Do it the right way with Indeed.
A quick note that this is an excerpt from his book titled, "Can I Retire Yet?" So you can check that out on Amazon for a lot more. I hear this question a lot from people interested in growing wealth, but who are also intimidated by the thought of managing their own investments. I used to be one of these people, so I totally understand the hesitation. I've said it before and I'll say it again. J.L. Collins' book, The Simple Path to Wealth, is where I gained my confidence regarding investing. And no, he's not paying me to sell his book, but maybe he should. I recently did a webinar on the misconceptions of the FIRE movement where I addressed this question as well. And if you're interested in checking out the replay, it's available on the Economy Conference YouTube channel. Aside from the recommendation to read JL's book, I also pointed out that there are really helpful robo-advisors out there like Betterment, M1 Finance, and Wealthfront that can provide similar assurances as a financial advisor at a much lower cost. And if you decide that you prefer a human, I highly recommend that you consider a flat fee advisor. This is different from fee-based, fee-only, or commission-based advisors because they don't manage your investments for you. They basically work with you on the financial plan and show you how to implement that plan yourself. And you're paying them a flat fee for their time and knowledge. I'm likely going to use a flat fee advisor to double check my drawdown strategy for my portfolio as I approach early retirement. And there's actually a free matching service to flat fee advisors through the blog, The Finance Buff, if you're interested in checking that out. And that's a wrap for the Sunday show. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll be back for the Monday show tomorrow, where your optimal life awaits.